Hello there! Today we're going to continue the declutter challenge. Apologies for my voice, I have had a cold on and off for weeks. It's been a bit annoying. But anyway, today we are going to look at shoes. I don't like putting shoes up on the bed. I know a lot of people do it in the declutters, but let's face it, these things have been outside. They don't need to go up on my bed or my guest bed or anything like that. So let's dive in, look at the shoes that I have and what we can get rid of. Alright, so when it comes to shoes, I know we're all different. Some people have lots of shoes, some have very few. I used to do a lot of different types of sports. I used to do indoor rock climbing. I used to do a lot of different things. And some different sports do require different types of shoes. At the moment, however, because I've had some foot problems and some injuries, I only really have two types of exercise shoes. These are the clippy bike shoes that I have for my road bike. I will be keeping these because they still fit me. And I have my runners. I really like the Brooks brand. These, however, are really worn down. So I am going to buy a new pair of these guys very soon. And then I'm going to demote these to my garden, outdoor painting, kind of, you know, the shoes that you don't really care about if they get messed up. So I am going to be keeping these guys as well. Now, I do a lot of hiking and I'm really bummed because I bought these shoes at Decathlon. They're Merrell's. They're a really good brand, but I've only used them for one hike and they are, you know, the Gore-Tex, they're really good quality, but they really hurt my feet because I have really small feet, but my feet are pretty wide. And this shoe is quite narrow and they felt fine in the store, but after 10-15K on a hike, they weren't so fine. So these guys, I am sadly going to have to part with. I may look at some other hiking shoes in the not too distant future, but for the kind of walking and stuff I'm doing at the moment, these guys work just fine and they don't hurt my feet. So these I'm going to try to sell on Marketplace. I have no doubt it's going to be very sellable. Someone's going to want these. Okay, so for everyday shoes, because I live in Australia and it's hot a lot of the year, but not right now because right now is winter. I do absolutely love these shoes. They're Archies. They have a little bit of arch support on them, hence the name. I love these. I wear them all the time and I'm definitely going to be keeping these. I've had these, this model for a little while now, so I probably will need to replace them, but they're not too worn yet. So I think I can get through another summer with these and then replace them. Now, I did mention I've had a bit of foot problems, but I have found, so I've had plantar fasciitis, which is a really painful condition where you basically get an inflammation underneath your foot. You can Google it. I will put the name of the condition on the screen if you want to look it up. But it's been really painful. So I've had to change a lot of my shoes. So I actually ended up buying these guys here. They are a little bit dirty because I wear them all the time, but they've got cute little accents and stuff like that on them. But these are a brand called Baird. And I can highly recommend these if you need a little bit of arch support, if you need sort of a wider toe box. These shoes have been great. I've been wearing them most of this summer. They weren't cheap, but I have had so much wear out of them and I know that I'm going to be fine for another season or two with them. So I will be keeping those. And moving on to my sort of prettier shoes. I don't have a lot of heels and things like that. I don't go clubbing a lot anymore. But I do have a couple of different types of shoes that I do like to wear. These are from Whitner. I absolutely love these shoes. I wore them to my friend's wedding when I was a bridesmaid. I was meant to wear them to my own wedding, but because I got married on the top of a mountain in New Zealand, these heels were not particularly good. So for my own wedding, I ended up wearing these guys here from Nine West. I have worn these a lot. They've had a lot of wear out of them, but I love how they're a pretty neutral color. So these two I will be keeping. I did wear these for our party that we had after our wedding. Went really beautifully with my wedding dress. I'll include some pictures here of what I was wearing, but these are really, really nice, so I will be keeping them. But because I've had said foot problems, I'm not able to walk in heels for very long. But I'm going to keep them anyway because I know there will be times when I can use them. Next up, I have a couple of op shop finds. So I bought these. I don't even know what brand they are. Corelli something. Sorry, focus. Anyway, Corelli, Corelli. So these are sort of like a wooden detail type shoe. But I really like these. I love the color. This sort of coral, pinky, kind of like the one I'm wearing here. You can probably tell I like this color. So these are great, again, because I do have some foot problems. I don't wear this type of shoe all that often, but I have worn these in the last year. So pretty much everything you see here, including the hiking shoes I'm getting rid of, I have been wearing recently. But yeah, I am going to be keeping these guys for another summer season and see how much use I get out of them. These cost me $5 or $10 in a secondhand shop, so they don't owe me very much. Different from these guys that I bought new, and they were not cheap, but you know, sometimes you buy quality and keep it for a long time. These little ones over here are also from a secondhand shop. I've shown you these before in my wardrobe, minimalist wardrobe declutters. I absolutely love these. They are so incredibly cute. They still fit me, and again, these don't really have arch support and stuff, so I wouldn't walk very far in them, but I would wear them to the office for a day or so. And finally, in the kind of open / summer shoe, I do have these sandals here. These are also from Baird Footwear, same as these guys. Again, these guys were not cheap at all, but I did wear these for most of the summer. They have a little bit of sort of built-in arch support in them. I do like this neutral color as well. I used to have a lot of black shoes, and I've moved more to other sort of colors and sometimes little splashes of color. Mega awkward to find good angles here on the floor, but we're almost there. So when it comes to winter shoes, other than my kind of casual shoes that work all year round, because where I live in Melbourne, Australia, we don't get snow. We do get snow up in the mountains, but not in the city of Melbourne. So these shoes are fine for most of the winter. I don't have them here, I keep them at work, but I have a black pair of flats. I will include a picture of them here on the screen. I bought them recently. I absolutely love them. They're very comfortable. They work really well for my feet. They have a wide toe box. And if you are a woman who loves pretty shoes and have a wider foot like me, let me know in the comments if you've had problems too, because let's face it, a lot of shoes these days kind of look like this, and no feet are pointy. I actually looked long and hard to find something with a more rounded toe than this for my wedding, and it was almost impossible. So anyway, let me know if that is you in the comments too. But when it comes to winter footwear, I've got these sort of ankle boots, and I've got these long black boots. Now these guys I have had, I don't even know what brand they are, but they have a full zip here on the side. I love these boots. I have had them. They're a brand called Sandler. Hopefully you can see that. I think I bought them at Myer or David Jones or something like that here in Australia. They are great. I love this height of heel. I have had these repaired multiple times. And I mean, I had these before my husband and I met, and these are real leather, so they would be at least 6-7 years old, maybe older. I will definitely keep them this winter season. I had them repaired. They probably do need a little bit of a visit to the cobbler. But this is the thing, when you buy good quality, I don't think I paid a huge amount, maybe $100 or something for these shoes, but I've had them for a long time, so definitely going to be keeping them. These ones I bought last year because I wanted like a nice neutral ankle boot that worked with jeans, and this was after my plantar fasciitis, so wearing heels and putting big strain on my foot wasn't really something that I wanted. These are also the brand Sandler. I'm pretty sure these came from Myer here in Australia, and I imagine they are real leather as well. They are on the narrow side, but they work for my foot if I don't do a lot of walking. So basically, if I'm going to do long walks, I will wear these guys or my runners. I quite often will wear my runners walking to work, and then sometimes I'll change into a flat or something like that when I get to the office. But these guys I really like. They are super comfortable, and I have treated them with a leather protector so that they will last even if it rains and things like that. And I guess that's the thing that it goes to show, like, these shoes I have loved and looked after, polished when they needed it, and if you buy decent quality things, you can save yourself a lot of money. And there we go, we've got my winter boots here, my flats. These ones I will reevaluate after next summer and see if I've actually used them or not. My wedding shoes, like I said, they're getting a bit worn, but I feel like they've got another season in them. I mean, goodness sake, they were up on the top of a mountain. And these guys here, I am going to be replacing these shoes very soon as well. But these ones I will be keeping. These cycling shoes I have had for quite a long time now, but they are decent quality. They're Bontrager, but I have replaced the clips that go underneath them quite a few times. But because I don't use them all that often, you know, maybe once every couple of months at the moment, I used to cycle several times a week, but I haven't for a while. And then these are the shoes that I'm going to be selling and hopefully recouping some money for those.